Okay, features and origins of a state in 2 minutes or less, maybe. Okay, features of state. State is also known as a country. You need four things. One, you need people. People have to live there. You need a place for them to live. You need to have sovereignty. This is the big thing that distinguishes between the United States government and the California government. California does not have sovereignty. The U.S. government actually oversees it. They are separate, that whole federalism thing, but ultimately California is not its own independent country. But the United States government is. We are sovereign. And then you have a government. What the government is, it can be a single person, individual, but there has to be some way of determining who's in charge. Okay, origins of the state. Think historically, go way back. Before historical records and whatnot, there's this thing called the evolutionary theory. The evolutionary theory, there are people, you have a family, it's based on the family unit. People grow up, there's still old people around, and it turns into a clan. They get together with another group, and then who ends up being in charge? Well, that leads into the force theory. The group that is the most powerful, okay, they're the ones in charge, which leads us to the next one, that being the divine right theory. At some point, that group has been in charge for so long, even though they're clearly not the strongest of us, God has said they're in charge. That's the divine right theory. And then finally, this is what most countries want to subscribe to these days. That's called the social contract. That being, people agree that we're going to choose this group of people to make rules that we can all abide by. Why? Because I'm a farmer. I don't have time to drive to Sacramento twice a week and make reasonable rules for everybody. So I'm going to pick that guy. He's going to do it, or girl. They're going to do the lawmaking, and ultimately they're going to come up with rules that we can agree on. And that's the social contract that came up from Thomas Hobbes. Ultimately, it got modified a tad by John Locke, who said, look, if they're making laws that nobody likes and they're actually kind of oppressive, we can kick them out. So that's John Locke's contribution. So effectively, that is what you need to have a state and the origins of a state in 2 minutes or less.